my name's Anthony James and I'm a junk model maker, which means I make models out of junk. I've worked for film, television and theatre, and today welcome to the Bug Cave, because we're going to make some marvellous mini monsters. However, before we do that, I'm just going to do a little introduction on the ins and outs of junk model making. So if you've seen this bit before, just fast forward now to the bit where my shirt changes colour. If you haven't seen this bit before, stay with me as I show you just some bits and bobs about making junk models. The first thing you'll need is a good pair of scissors. I like these small scissors. They're great to use, very good for children as well because they're blunt-ended, so they're not going to hurt you as badly as other pairs of scissors could. But again, still be careful. They are scissors and they can cut you, so be aware of that. But these little scissors are great. The next thing you'll need is some masking tape. Masking tape's fabulous for sticking things together and is much quicker and easier to use than glue, but there are two types. There's low tack and high tack. What you'll need is some high tack masking tape. This is the kind of masking tape that's sold in stationery suppliers. Don't use the kind of masking tape that you can buy in DIY stores, because obviously that's low tack, hasn't got a lot of glue on it, so that's not quite as good for making models. So this high tack stuff is the best stuff for making. And really that's it. You'll need some scissors, some masking tape, and then obviously some household junk material that's safe to use. And you're ready to have a go at making a junk model. Hi and welcome to making a common housefly. Not a posh housefly, a common housefly. Now here's one we had to go at earlier. So you're going to make this kind of mate here. 2 eyes, 6 legs, big, lovely transparent wings, and antennae there as well. So we're going to have to go at making this housefly. These are the flies that come into your house and somehow can never get out, even if you open the windows and doors. The first thing you're going to need is a plastic bottle. So I've got a plastic bottle here. It doesn't matter what shape it is, any shape plastic bottle will do. I've chosen these sort of bottles because they've got sort of a bump here and a curve here and taper to the top, which means you've sort of got a head, a bit of a thorax down, a bit of an abdomen there. So you've got really the shape of a segmented insect. So that's a nice thing. Now what we've got to do is obviously stop it from being transparent, and the best way to do that is with just a piece of old newspaper. What you'll need to do is just cut one page out of the newspaper like this. So we're just cutting one page out like that. And now to make the model look good, just give that a good old scrumple up. It becomes softer and easier to use. The next thing you do is you're going to stick that to your table. Now I've done this quite a few times on my YouTube posts. The thing I always say, do be careful of the table. If it's a wooden table that's varnished or you've got a tablecloth on it, don't do this on that. Find a nice laminate table like this that's easy to stick things to and easy to get the tape off without doing any damage. Now, what you do is you're going to stick that half on and half off the table, just like that. So you've got plenty of sticky, and you go all the way around, essentially sort of framing the piece of newspaper in a masking tape picture frame. Press it down all the way around. When I work in schools a lot, I use the magic word wallop when you're putting this onto the table. Just use a bit of tape there and go wallop, and that's done. Now pick one corner and gently pull that off the table like that, and essentially what you've made is a sticky patch. Put that back on the table upside down, get your bottle, stick it on and roll the newspaper onto the bottle, stick down the edges like that, and there's your bottle all filled in, ready to make the body of your housefly, just like that, quite easy. The next thing to do, some eyes. Now what I use for these are these small fruit shoot sort of bottles. What you do with these, crush them. So crush it like that. You can step on it if you want to. Use a little pair of scissors and just snip where you've squashed it. That will make a little hole that you can put your scissors in, just like that, and then just cut the bottom off the bottle like that, all the way round. Just cut that bit off there, get rid of that bit, you don't need it, so you want 2 of those, so I'm just going to do that quickly again. crush the bottle, cut the snip where it's crushed, put your scissors in, go all the way around. Make sure these bottles have been washed out beforehand. There's water dripping on the table, but obviously you don't want that to be fruit shoot or anything sticky. The next thing to do, get your tape and take it around. I'll get some more of that out of there. There you go. Take it around the bottom of the bottle like that, half on and half off again. Press it down with your fingers. Get your scissors and just go snip, 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 all the way around to make petals. Now just bend those petals back like that, and then you'll see that on the end of the bottle there are bumps, so they fit lovely just over one bump like that. Stick it on, and there's your one red eye. Houseflies tend to have, well, they've got different colour eyes, but a lot of houseflies have red or brown eyes, so we're sort of emulating that. Another bit of tape around that one, same again, tape around all the way round, press it down. Make sure you press it down. A lot of people just do the taking the tape around it and don't press it down, of course it's not stuck then. Round we go, snip, 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 all the way round. Just cut the masking tape, you don't need to cut the plastic. All the way round and stick that one on the other side. There's another bump there, so you can either stick it over there or stick it on the next bump. I tend to stick it on the next bump, and I'll show you why we stick it on the next bump now. What you need now is the proboscis, the mouth of the fly, this bit here. It's got a little sponge on the end. Flies suck up things through this sponge. So actually, because you've put those two eyes on the two bumps, you're left with a bump in the middle there. And what you'll need for this is just an egg box, cardboard egg box like this, and you need one of those pointy bits just there. Here's one I've cut out earlier. Just make sure you cut all the corners off it like that. Trim it up nice. And again, it's the same sticking technique where you get your masking tape, put it half on and half off. Even this jagged, weird shape will stick together. Just press that tape down all the way round. Get your scissors, snip, 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 all the way round. Bend those out. I call this the sticky flower. And just stick that on that bump there to make that little sticky out proboscis there, look. And you can see, actually, that makes a very good fly face just there like that. So that's most of that bit done. The next bit is a tail for your fly, just to disguise this bottle top bit. Easy bit this. One of my favourite things in junk model making, the toilet roll. Toilet rolls are brilliant, and you can use them to make junk models. Crush, cut from one corner to the other corner. I do this in my how to make space rockets posts. This is how to make the nose cone. However, today we're just making a sharp sort of pointy end to the fly's abdomen there, like that. That now stick on. I'm just going to get 2 bits of tape ready for that. You can put tape all the way around it and cut petals out. You don't really need to. Just stick it on like that. Put your tape over there, top. Put some more tape over the bottom, and that is stuck on. So you've got the end of the fly, the head of the fly there. The next thing, some legs. Now, newspaper is brilliant at making legs. What you'll need for this is a long bit of newspaper like that. Crumple it up. Get a long bit of masking tape and have this prepared ready from your hand to your elbow, like that. And just stick that on the end of your table where you're working like that. Ready. Get your tape. Sorry, get your newspaper like this. Scrumple it up like this and twist it up. Now, I can do this myself. All I'll need to do is stick it to the table where I'm working. If you're working on your own, you can just stick this to the table there, like that, and then you just twist it up until it's right, like that. Take your tape down. You see I've took the tape all the way down, wrapped it round, and you'll end up making that. Now the trick with these is to actually just make sure that the ends are pointy. So take a bit of tape and just twist it up at the end to make sure that the legs are pointy like that, the feet. Now, if you can't do that, if you find that very difficult, what you'll need is somebody to help you. So get somebody to help you. They're at one end, you're at the other, and just twist and squeeze, and you should be able to do that. What you do now, again, look, just make sure that one's pointy as well, like that. And there is a leg. Actually, it's not a leg, it's two legs, because what you do now is you just get a piece of masking tape, put it on the middle, like that, turn your fly over and stick it to the bottom of your fly like that. Now, if you left it like that, it would fall off very quickly. So what you do now, once you've done that, get 2 bits of tape and put them across the bottom of the fly. One there, look, and one there. And each leg you put on, do that with. Now, I've got some I've made earlier. I'm just going to stick those on. So I'll do that in a second, and you'll come back and they'll be on. And right, there we go. There's our fly with his 6 legs on. You'll notice that what I've done, stuck them on the way I showed you, which is an extra bit of tape which holds them all on nicely. And then the last set of legs, I've just extended a little bit with an extra bit, because it just looks better if those last pair of legs are a little bit longer than the front ones. Now, I'm folding those so they look a bit more leggy like that. And that's really that part of the legs done. There is a nice one on this particular make though. If you can get some black paper, just thin black paper, just cut a strip up about, what, 5, maybe 6 centimetres wide, like that. Fold it in half, then fold it in half again. And just snip up it, snip, 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 start, 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 snip, 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 start. You're sort of making a tiny hula skirt. Snip, 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 start, snip, 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 start, snip, 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 start. Watch your finger when you do the last cut there, and you should then end up with this, lots of it. Now, these are the furry bits. On the How to Make a Spider, you'll see these as well. Now what you do, put your tape half on, half off, and find the knee, and just wrap a bit of that round the knee, like that, and that just gives them a bit of a hairy fly look, like that. Just put it up like that, look, and you'll see there, you end up with these sort of hairy bits on the fly, like that, which are quite nice. I'm going to do it again, just to show you on the other knee. I won't put all these on, but obviously when you make yours, make sure you've sort of done each knee, just makes them look good. And you can do a little bit on the back of the head as well, and I'll show you that later as to why you want to do that. So there's just 2 hairy knees there, look on the back, and do that on each leg if you can. Right, the next thing, some antennae. Very easy job this, just find 2 straws, preferably with the sort of bendy bit on. Black ones are better. I've got pink, so mine's going to have pink ones, but if you can get black straws, it'd be better. Just pull them, pull, bend. That's your antennae done, basically. Get a bit of masking tape, put it over that bent bit there, and just stick them on, like that. There's your antenna. Simple as that. Absolutely easy to do, like that. And there's your bug, nearly there. What he really needs now is some wings. Now this is why I've got a little bit more of this stuff here, look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that just over where I've just stuck the antennae, there, just like that, just there, on the back of the head. Okay, so it looks a bit like a 1960s hippie now, just with this nice long black hair at the back. However, that's actually there to hide something in a moment. Because what we need to do now is make the wings. For this you'll need another bottle. Take the label off. Like that. We've got a messy old sticky label here. Use some scissors, crush the bottle if you need to get the label off. Work at getting that label all the way, because we want a nice transparent piece of plastic. You can use any transparent plastic for this, and I do use on some other of my Mini Monster makes laminated plastic, so you can sort of laminate through a laminator a bit of plastic. There you go, that label's off there. Now, what you do, check for any water or anything inside. If it's been cleaned, there should be some water inside. You don't want it all over you, so get rid of it. And then crush the bottle. Now, what you need to do here, and this is quite specific, is cut a V shape out. So you cut a big cut there, all the way to the back, like that. So you're sort of cutting that shape, and then cut another V out that's a bit smaller, like that there, and that there. You'll see what I've done here. It's that shape, look, there's that V. But of course really it's the wings, because now you can get your masking tape. There's a trick to this. Use a bit of masking tape, roll it up into a piece of double-sided tape and put that underneath. And then you can put some tape and stick it on. However, there is another way. What you can use is some black gaffer tape. Now, I don't normally use black gaffer tape or gaffer tapes in my model making, but for this particular make and joining this pair of wings to the back of this fly, a bit of gaffer tape is very good. So bear with me and I'll show you that in a moment. Here's this black gaffer tape we were talking about. So a bit of that, roll that up, stick that underneath that top of that V there, move the hair out of the way. So pick it up with your fingers, stick your fly wings on the back of the fly there, and now you'll be able to see that sort of join, unless you put some black gaffer tape on it. And of course you're going to paint this fly black. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that bit of black gaffer tape now to hold those wings on, like that. And there's your wings on the back of your fly. And really, that's the make. There's very little else to do to it. The thing I do now is I paint it black and maybe put some stripes on, and you should end up with a bit more hair on it, with something that looks remarkably like that. And that really is your common housefly. It's quite a simple make, it won't take long, and you can make loads if you want to and have a whole swarm. It's a very enjoyable thing to do, so have a go at making a common housefly.